So today, we're diving into a text that's much more than just an ancient scripture. It's really a timeless guide for life's biggest struggles. And what's wild is that this whole profound conversation happens, of all places, on a massive battlefield, right before a huge war is about to kick off. The stakes are as high as they get. Let's get into it.
I mean, it's a pretty staggering question, right? But the whole idea in the Bhagavad Gita is that real clarity, those big aha moments, they don't usually come when we're comfortable and everything's peaceful. Nope, they come in the middle of a crisis, when we're forced to face the things that scare us the most.
And that's exactly where our story starts, with a massive crisis. We meet this incredible warrior, maybe one of the greatest ever, a guy named Arjun, and he is at his absolute breaking point.
Okay, so picture this, the battlefield of Kurukshetra. This is not just some random war. It's a civil war, a family feud on an epic scale. On one side, you have the forces of dharma, which you can think of as righteousness or duty, and on the other, adharma, injustice. So this isn't just about winning a kingdom, it's a battle for the very soul of their culture.
So Arjun, this legendary warrior, he looks out across the field, and he doesn't just see an army, he sees his own family, his teachers, his grandfathers, his cousins, the very people he loves and respects, and the weight of that just crushes him. He has a physical reaction. His famous bow literally slips from his hands. He's so overwhelmed by grief and confusion that he just collapses and says, "I can't do this. I will not fight." It's a total emotional and moral breakdown.
Now, in this moment of complete despair, his guide and charioteer, Krishna, doesn't just pat him on the back and say, "It'll be okay." Not at all. He drops a truth bomb that completely reframes everything. Life, death, what it all means. This is where the real teaching begins.
Krishna's very first words are this gentle but really firm challenge. He's basically saying, Arjun, buddy, the entire reason you're suffering right now is because you're looking at this all wrong. Your grief is based on a misunderstanding of how reality actually works. And just like that, the conversation shifts from the battle out there to the battle within.
So here's the core of that teaching. Krishna breaks it down like this. We think we are our bodies, right? But the body, it's temporary. It's born, it changes, it gets old, it dies. But the soul, the Atman, the real you, is the total opposite. It's immortal, it's unchanging, it's literally indestructible. You can't burn it, you can't drown it, you can't cut it. So what Krishna is telling Arjun is that what he's so afraid of destroying is just the temporary shell, not the eternal person inside.
Okay, so understanding that is one thing. But how do you actually live like you believe it? Well, Krishna offers a practical guide. He lays out 3 different paths, or yogas, that you can take to actually put this spiritual truth into action in your daily life.
And these 3 paths are really cool because they're designed for different kinds of people. You've got Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action, for the doers out there. Then there's Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, which is perfect for the deep thinkers. And finally, Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion, for people who are moved by love and faith. They're all different roads leading to the same place.
Let's zoom in on Karma Yoga, because this is Krishna's immediate advice for Arjun. And honestly, this idea is so revolutionary, especially for us today. The concept is simple. Do your duty. Do your work to the absolute best of your ability. But, and this is the game changer, let go of the results. Give up any attachment to success or failure. Krishna's famous line is, "You have a right to your actions, but never to its fruits." Just think about that. How much of our stress and anxiety comes from obsessing over outcomes we can't even control? Karma Yoga frees you from that. It turns your work, whatever it is, into a meditation.
So Arjun's starting to get it. The ideas are clicking, but he's not totally convinced. He needs to see it, not just hear about it, and he asks Krishna for proof. What happens next is the absolute, mind-blowing climax of the entire text. It's a moment of pure, terrifying, divine revelation.
Krishna gives Arjun what's called a divine eye. And in a flash, his whole perception of reality is just shattered. He sees the entire universe contained within Krishna's form. Imagine seeing all the galaxies being born and dying, all the gods, all of time, past, present, and future, all happening at once inside a single being. It's completely overwhelming. And you can just hear the mix of pure terror and total awe in Arjun's voice. Suddenly, he gets it. He understands that the very force that's pushing him to do his duty on this little battlefield is the same cosmic energy that runs everything.
His personal struggle is just one tiny but necessary thread in this massive cosmic tapestry. So, after you've seen that, how can you ever be the same? You can't. Everything changes for Arjun. All that philosophy he was hearing suddenly becomes real, lived experience. And now, humbled and enlightened, he finally finds the clarity he was so desperately searching for.
Krishna brings the lesson right back down to earth with this powerful concept of swadharma. Basically, it means your own personal duty, your unique purpose in life. For Arjun, as a warrior, his duty is to fight injustice. And Krishna makes this crucial point. It's better to do your own duty imperfectly than to try to do someone else's duty perfectly. It's really a call for us to find and embrace our own unique role in the world.
And this all builds to the final, ultimate message of the Gita. After explaining all these different paths, Krishna basically says, look, here's the most direct road. He tells Arjun to act, but to offer up every single action, every thought, every result to a higher purpose, to the divine. And in that act of total surrender, he promises him freedom. Freedom from sin, and most importantly, freedom from fear.
And so, in the end, the Gita stops being just a story about Arjun and becomes a story about us. It forces us to look at our own lives. We all have our own battlefields, right? Those moments of tough choices, conflicting responsibilities, and sometimes total despair. So the question the Gita leaves hanging in the air for all of us is this: what's your Kurukshetra? What's the battlefield you're facing right now? And what is your duty on it?